I just got the news the baby chicks are at the post office, so I am headed over there right now to go pick them up. Here they are. Baby chicks are chirping. It sounds like they're doing pretty good. I'm gonna hurry up and get these girls home and put them in their new chicken run. All right, so I have the baby chicks. I have their brooder area set up. Yesterday is the day that we got all of that crazy rain, which is unusual. We got the amount of rainfall we get in a whole year, and one day we got about 9 inches of rain yesterday, and that's about how many inches we get out here in the Chihuahuan Desert every year. So what we did was Josh yesterday built a raised platform with a couple ramps. That way no water will get in here for these girls. We were not expecting that rain. It never happened since I've lived here. It's never happened like that where we got so much flooding. So I have their brooder on, their little heat plate that'll help keep them warm. They have water, they have food. I may put the food up here so they don't have to go up and down. We'll see. Let me see. The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to open this box, and it looks like everybody survived. Good girls. Now we ordered females. They were a little bit cheaper than males for Cornish crosses. The first thing I'm gonna do is dip all of their beaks in water. You guys are so teeny. You gotta show them where the water is. They're likely thirsty after a 2-day ride. There you go. You guys are so teeny. Little teeny nuggets. You guys are little nuggets. You're so cute. So cute. Cute little nuggets. And it doesn't look like any of these girls so far have pasty butt. That's really good. Hey, I'm gonna put you up here. Uh-oh, we're sleepy. We're sleepy. Look, the water's right there. So yeah, you have to show them where the water is. Cute itty bitties. Look at them, they're all happy that they have water. All right, so I counted and it looks like all 15 chicks are here and all 15 chicks are alive. Look at how active they are. They're so cute. These things are teeny tiny. Little teeny tiny. They're like the size of chicken nuggets. Little chicken nuggets. They're so curious. That's a good sign. I'm gonna put this over here. Itty bitty chicken nuggets. So cute. All right, well, I'm gonna go to work, and they have their heat plate on, they have water, they have food, and these girls are just gonna get settled in and just look super cute all day. Huh, girls? Looks like they're doing good. So I'm gonna let the new meat chicks get settled in, and I'm gonna head to work, and I will check on them when I come home for lunch. Evie says she's sick of the rain. It just keeps raining, huh? It's rained every day this week and it's Thursday. Yes. We're sick of the rain. Us desert folks, we're not used to it, huh? Very thankful though, aren't we, Evie? She's like, no. Yeah, we're pretty thankful for this wetness. Alright guys, it is day 2. I picked up the chicks from the post office yesterday at around 8:15 in the morning, and now it is 6 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday, and these chicks are eating so much food and they are so messy. This was a completely clean brooding area for them yesterday, and it is full of poop everywhere. It is crazy. So we originally wanted to order 8 chickens and we ended up having to go with 15 just because of basically, honestly, supply and demand. The hatchery that we originally wanted to go with were sold out. We looked at probably 6 or more hatcheries before we even found one that had the Cornish cross in stock for this time period that we wanted them. And so the hatchery that we went with, they had a minimum order size for the chicks, and they also had extra fees for small sized orders. So if we had ordered the 8 chicks that we wanted, they were $3 a chick essentially, give or take a few cents, and then they were going to add like something like a $35 charge for having a small order, just so that they could make sure that the chicks would arrive safely. But if we ordered 15 or more, then you didn't get that extra service charge. So we went ahead with 15 instead of our original 8 birds, and they are, I'm sure they're gonna grow so fast. I'm looking at how much poop they're making and thinking, holy cow, how much poop are y'all gonna make when y'all are older than a couple days old? They were born on Monday, it's Thursday, so they're little 4-day-old chicks here. Day 2 of us having them, and you can see all of their little crops. Their crop is that little ball looking shape coming off their little chests, are full of food. They all have the full little crops, so they are eating a lot. I filled up this feeder yesterday and I filled it up again this morning, and they didn't completely finish it yesterday, but they ate probably half of the food yesterday, and I topped it off this morning and they are halfway done. Granted, they do scratch quite a bit of it out, but 15 little chicks, these guys are eating pooping machines, and I'm sure they're gonna grow up really fast. I have named all 15 of these chickens. Their names are Nugget. Each little chicken is Nugget, and collectively they are 15 piece. I thought that was kind of cute. My boyfriend Josh told me that I need to stay away from these chicks because I'm such an animal lover. Like, how in the world are we going to process these chickens? But I am just trying to think of them as wild animals who are being fed and cared for by us. I'm going to try to be relatively hands-off and let them have their own flock dynamic and, you know, build relationships with each other and just, you know, have their own little family flock. They know each other, they have themselves as friends. I'm not going to try to be their friend. I'm just going to make sure that they have food, water, shelter, you know, heat when they need it. I'll help them when they need it. Like, that one fell, and I'm probably going to see if it can go back up and then help it if it doesn't. There it goes. Good job. Good girl. So long story short, I am a huge animal lover, and I think the hardest part of raising these chickens is just compartmentalizing the fact that their purpose in life is to be food. And I'm actually really honored to have this responsibility of raising our own food, because most people who eat meat just go to the store and grab a package off the shelf, and they don't have that connection to where their food comes from or how it was treated. It's like, and I really like the fact that we know for certain exactly how these chickens were raised, what kind of life they lived, the quality of food they've eaten, and I think that's a really cool process, that it's totally worth my discomfort at the idea of having to be the one responsible for this process from start to finish. All right, day 3 update on the little nuggets. These girls were literally the size of chicken nuggets on Wednesday. It is Friday and they have doubled, and some of them have like tripled or quadrupled in size. Not even exaggerating, since Wednesday. So I haven't been able to do a complete brooder clean out because it has just been raining non-stop essentially since Monday. On Monday we got our entire annual average amount of rain in one day, and it has been raining every day since, and it's kind of crazy that we haven't had rain in months, and then all of a sudden we have just had rain non-stop. So we're incredibly thankful for the moisture. However, I did add new bedding in here, but I haven't completely cleaned it out because I didn't want to stress out the chicks too much. I'm trying to have a kind of hands-off approach with these meat chickens and let them kind of remain a little bit wild and everything. So what I would like to do on a nice sunny day is I'd like to take all of these chicks out of here and let them hang out outside in the chicken run for a few minutes so I can clean out this brooder. But today it was another really rainy, wet day. It's incredibly muddy in here. It's a little bit chilly outside. So I didn't want to risk the chicks getting a chill or getting wet. So they're still pretty young. So for now I just added a little bit deeper litter to help cover up their little poops and keep them nice and dry for now. But as soon as we get a sunny day, I'm gonna really get in here and clean out this coop. With my egg-laying chickens, I typically will clean out the brooder every other day. That's what I wanted to do with this, at least for the first week while the chickens are in here full time, but it looks like I am going to wait for a sunny day to do that. So this is day 3. I've added another feeding source in here. Now once these girls are moved to being indoor-outdoor, where we open up this door, I am going to have an automatic feeding system on the outside, and there will no longer be food or water inside this coop, and then we'll have the food and water outside in the run, just to keep things a little bit tidier and give them a little bit more room in here. So these little chicks have figured out the ramps. They've figured out how to jump up and down. On day 1 and even on day 2, some of them struggled to jump up here, but they're doing so much better. They're getting bigger, they're getting stronger. I have noticed that these chicks are not as intelligent maybe as some of the egg-laying chicks that I have raised in the past. The egg-laying chicks have just been a little bit more curious, a little bit quicker to learn things, and then these chicks have been. I've noticed that these chicks, they are eat and pooping machines. This is genetics at play here. They are totally, all they want to do is eat all the time. All the time. They eat and they poop. All of their little crops are full. They're even trying to eat bedding if they don't have food close enough to them. I've seen them laying down under the brooder picking at their bedding, and it's just, it's crazy. I do see that all of these chicks are bright-eyed. They're all looking healthy and curious, and they do explore around, but they're not quite, they're not nearly as active as the egg-laying chicks that I've raised in the past. These cute little cotton butts look like little marshmallows hopping around their brooder. They are a little bit clumsy and a little bit slower, but they're so cute. I'm really trying not to get attached here. That is the real challenge. That's gonna be the real challenge here. I have noticed one of the chickens, it tripped out of the feed bowl and it rolled over and it was on its back up here, and it took a very long time to figure out how to roll back over. And I mean, they're cute. But I do see differences already between the meat chicks versus layer chicks, and I've only had them for 3 days. So that's kind of interesting to see the little differences in these chicks. They are so adorable. They are still afraid of me. I haven't spent any time trying to handle them or get them acquainted to me, other than me sitting here and watching them to make sure that they are healthy and make sure that they are doing well and thriving. So I'll sit out here and I'll watch them a little bit throughout the day, usually in the morning, at lunchtime, in the evening, monitoring them, making sure that nobody's cold, making sure that nobody's stuck anywhere, everybody's doing good. They all know where the heat source is, they know where the foods are, they know where their water is. The fact that all of these chicks are spread out throughout the entire enclosure and, you know, doing different activities really shows how comfortable they are in this environment. It's not too hot or too cold. If it was too cold, they'd all be under the heat brooder. If it was too hot, they would be stressed out. They'd be making shrill chirping noises. But the fact that they're just happily chirping away and, you know, eating food, drinking water, spread pretty evenly throughout the enclosure really shows how happy these little chicks are right now.